Welcome to Mirror Domains Movie News, your place for entertainment headlines. Today, guys, we're going to talk about that Acolyte story that broke. Like yesterday, everybody's been trying to weigh in on it. I guess I'll give you my thoughts. But we've got a bunch of trailers to take a look at. The Megalopolis trailer 2 is out, as well as something for Samuel L. Jackson called The Piano. Long Gone Heroes, Frank Grillo is in a movie. And is that it for trailer reactions? I thought we had one more. No, I guess that's it. We may go back and take a look at that Y2K trailer if we got time, but we'll see how it goes. Salem's Lot gets its re-release, or its official release. Remember, it was supposed to come out like last year or so, right? But we start off today's show by talking about the breaking news. It's completely shocking, and it's... Jennifer Lopez files for divorce from Ben Affleck on second wedding anniversary. Guys, this is... I don't know why this is the biggest story out there. I guess because there are a lot of people that follow J-Lo. And I'm a fan of hers, guys. Atlas, I thought it was a fantastic movie. But she's not having a good year because Atlas was not well received. People pulled it apart. She had to cancel her music tour because just people were not buying tickets. And now she's getting a divorce. Oy. Things are not going good. Bummer for Affleck, though. I thought Bennifer 2.0 would have gone the distance because they went... there's something about each other that they liked. It didn't work the first time, so they're like, maybe we can find that spark again. I guess not. I just want them to be happy. But I'll be brutally honest here, guys. From everything that I hear about Jennifer Lopez behind the scenes and stuff, Diva would be putting it mildly. I'm not excusing that behavior, but I'm also going to say this. She's got all the money that she's got more money than she could possibly use in her lifetime. She doesn't have anything to prove to anybody. She's got #1 hit songs in her repertoire. She's got an acting career. She doesn't have to prove anything to anybody. So if there's something wrong with her tact that people don't like or easily digestible, then fine, whatever. I'd say I just want you to be happy. And I hope that these two can find happiness elsewhere. Face it, guys, you're in your 50s. And when you're in your 50s, you can't look at relationships... James, why are you preaching about this? You can't look at relationships with the same model that you did when you were in your 20s or in high school, college kind of thing. Like, oh, I like you. I need you. No, you don't. It's like, okay, you're a partnership. You're looking for somebody that you can go the distance with, like till the end, right? To the end of the line. You and me, right here. That's it. So if J-Lo wants to go to the end of the line with me, I'd be open to it. As if that would happen. Yeah, so everybody's talking about it. Can't get away from it. But you know what? Maybe we can. Maybe we can get away from it. Just like this. There we go. Moving on to the story that broke Monday night. The Acolyte. Canceled. You notice the difference between the American spelling for canceled and the Canadian version. We use 2 L's. But James, don't you know how to spell? Well, it's because we have different... And we spell different words with U's instead of like honor. We spell with a U, like H-O-N-O-U-R instead of H-O-N-O-R. That's weird. Anyway. The Acolyte canceled. No season 2 for Disney's Star Wars series. Bummer. Is it? Is it really, though, a bummer? Guys, we did full live watch-alongs here. And I like certain aspects of it. And looking at this shot here, something's very glaring about this. There was a treatise released on TikTok by some guy recently that I watched, and I just happened to agree with. And his critique was everything with a lot of shows lately looks cheap. And I'm like, what do you mean looks cheap? And then I look at some of these shots here and the costumes. Yeah, they look crisp. They look like they just came off the rack somewhere. It doesn't look like it's a piece of clothing that this person actually wears. It looks like you're on set somewhere, right? Like it doesn't look worn. It doesn't look practical, right? But James, superhero movies do that, and they have costumes that, yeah, we stretch for that, but there's something about it that just it never looked aesthetically like cinematic either. And don't get me started on lightsabers. Uh, yeah. So canceled is the big thing. I wouldn't say canceled, just not renewed. Um, Again, this is sort of going back to what that whole situation with Gina Carano was going to. There were no contracts, guys. You can't get fired from something you don't have a contract for. They just never did it. Anyway, uh, so yeah, I'm sure there were options for season two. They're not picking it up, and there are people out there that like it. Uh, you people out there that like it. Um, we did our full live watch alongs, and guys, I was trying to, like, about what was it, episode 3 or 2 in, and I was like, guys, I don't understand this. And this 78% by the critics has been pretty much locked in since it started. I think it was high at 88 when it was only like 14 reviews, and then it started to go down, and then they locked it off. It's been like that since yeah. 18% by the critics, guys. Out of all the things that deserve a 0 this year, like, or even lower, like, people came out and lambasted Borderlands recently, saying this is awful. No, this is awful. This is truly awful. Terrible writing. I'm perplexed. Like I was up even till episode 5 and 6, scratching my head here, going, okay, who's the main character of this supposed to be again? I don't know. I guess, is it supposed to be Saul, or is it supposed to be the twins? Because we seem to be following Saul a lot, and I do like Saul, but apparently no, because Saul's the bad guy in this. And I didn't like that because it painted all the Jedi like bad people. And it's like, we saw Qui-Gon in episode 1 see a young boy and see, like, okay, this guy has got potential. There's something in the Force here. That's exactly what Saul did when he saw Osha. And it's like, okay, there's potential there. We didn't meet by chance and circumstance. The Force made us come together. Oh, I'm bad for that now? Was Qui-Gon bad for taking Anakin? It's like it's like mixed messaging in there. And the more interesting story got put to the sideline for, actually, the witches never bothered me, but it was the whole twin storyline. It's like the twins were not likable characters. You got awesome talent like Carrie-Anne Moss and the guy from Squid Games, and it's like, what's going on here? The fight choreography was good, but that's not enough to save it. Daphne Keane, come on. She should have been the main character. And the twins just should have been kind of like the MacGuffin to get things going. And then you put them to the sideline, and then it's all about the Jedi figuring out what's going on here on this planet. Right? Why? Who's this mysterious Sith-like character going around? And that's more interesting. That was the more interesting part. So there was no love lost for me when these headlines broke. Fandom reacts loudly to the cancellation. So the haters out there are like, but not me. It's just like, it sucks because you had a great opportunity here, right? And it's like, you hate to see an awesome opportunity come along and to have that squandered, especially with a property that you like Star Wars, right? It's kind of like, it's like frustrating because it's like, you this is a fantastic sandbox to play in, and this is what you give me. Uh, you should be ashamed. And I agree with I echo the sentiment here. Leslie Headland should not be promoted for something like this. She should be demoted back down to the point where she's got to fight for work like everybody else. You shouldn't get a step up for this. You created something that was not good. People didn't like it. The majority of people didn't like it. The cost was way too high, right? It was like 180 million or something, over 200 million with marketing and stuff like that. It's just, it's a, yeah, you get what you deserve kind of thing. Arglass says the Acolyte had said such potential they have restricted the budget. The producers of Godzilla Minus One should be given the reins for Star Wars series. Exactly. Imagine what those guys could do from, like, if you watch the behind the scenes stuff for Godzilla Minus One, what they were able to do, achieve. Like some of the stuff that you thought was like a full practical like dock or a launch kind of thing was not there. It was like, wow. Go check out the behind the scenes stuff for Godzilla Minus One. That's impressive stuff. Hourglass Vikings, I hope they preserve with the time, they persevere with the timeline of the Acolyte. The buck stops with Dave Filoni. He had carte blanche to sign off on each episode. Yeah, he did. And we talked about that a lot towards the end of our full live watch alongs, where I was like, he's also responsible for this, guys. Joseph Ricci says, hi, the ratings were very low. Low ratings justifies it being canceled. Yeah, exactly. Bob Iger was the one that canceled. Kathleen's contract expires in October. Again, with things not working out and things losing money, you only get so many of those when you're like trying to put together a company because you'll go bankrupt. If you're a manager of a baseball team and you put your name on the line to say, okay, go get this guy, go get this player, and we'll build this team around that, and it works. We'll win the World Series, and you don't even make the playoffs. You should not get promoted to be general manager or manager of baseball operations after that, after you don't make the playoffs and you went out and signed this guy. It's like, so I don't understand why Kathleen Kennedy gets all this slack for it, because she should be responsible. Dave Filoni should be responsible. You don't get promoted for that. You shouldn't get promoted. It should be like a huge strike on your record. It's kind of like a guy who makes hamburgers at McDonald's, right? If for some reason you go in and order a Big Mac and it's only got one patty on the top, but he does that every day kind of thing, and you're like, why are you doing this? Just follow, right? You don't say, oh, now let's promote you to assistant manager. No, you get reprimanded. You get put in your place, and we don't see any kind of corrective actions ever happening like that at Lucasfilm. And we've seen now, there have been reports where they're going to double down on the kind of stuff here for what they did with the Acolyte, which I hope they don't. I hope now they're just like, guys, you are ruining the brand of Star Wars, because the diehard fans still persevered all the way through the Acolyte, despite not liking it, with the hope that there would be something cool in there for us to watch, right? And Christian Harloff says it the best. It's like your favorite baseball team, right? It's like, yeah, Star Wars they're not hitting home runs right now, but you still watch it because you like the team, right? And I know that because you can't tell, or you can't see, I can't pull it over. My Maple Leafs jersey is hanging right there, right? Maple Leafs, they're not winning the cup anytime soon. They should. They've got a great team on paper, but it's kind of like you still root for your team. I'm still a Star Wars fan. I want them to hit home runs, but there's something in the creative process here that's getting lost in translation. A lot of it is the story. The storytelling is not up to par. A lot of these scripts, somebody up there should have looked at it and said, this doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And if the showrunner is telling you, don't worry, wait till you see it in motion, you remove them. Like Leslie Headland should have been removed from this even before it got off the ground. Yeah, it was your idea, but we're taking it and we're making a cohesive narrative here. Yeah. Joseph Ricci, up until the week before the final episode rating was revealed, they were writing up season 2. When rating revealed, they had a meeting and officially canceled it on Friday. Yeah. Hourglass, Kathleen signed off on the series, not Filoni. Filoni did write the Witches part of the Acolyte. Um, the $180 million budget is only a production budget. There's also marketing. Yeah. So, and look at me. Was this show supposed to help bring subscribers over to Disney Plus? I canceled Disney Plus as soon as this was done. And I'm somebody that would have great value from Disney Plus because, as I said before, I do movie shows. I talk about movie news stuff all the time. It's a great resource for me to have the Marvel and Star Wars universe on the tip of my fingers to pull, clips from and stuff, right? But I just it's not worth it. I probably should someday can just say, okay, fine, Disney Plus. I'll have that. But Netflix is so damn expensive. It's like $22. Maybe what I should do is get the ad tier for Netflix and then move in Disney Plus permanently because we're in September. Skeleton Crew comes, right? And I think we are going to watch that because, as I said, I'm a Bryce Dallas Howard fan, and I want to see what episode she directed. But the comments from the people, like other fans, let's just take a look at them and see if we agree. I enjoyed The Acolyte, but I also get why it isn't being renewed, but I'm still disappointed because it probably just means only more Mandoverse stuff for a while. I just haven't. Well, no, we're getting Andor season 2, which I hear is good. Right? We just saw that report from Adria Arjona Bix said that the second season of Andor is supposed to even be better than the first. So I'm looking forward to that. I just haven't been able to care about any of the stuff in a long time. So this person obviously hasn't watched Andor. But yeah, Andor is the quality of writing that we should be getting for every series that comes out of Star Wars. Lucasfilm will not continue the Star Wars series. And some of the acting was really for a caliber of this. You can't find decent actors. Her hair is constantly perfectly coiffed. Her makeup doesn't run or anything like that. Look at this outfit here. This should be a well-used, worn outfit with dirt on it. Now, who else here? Acolyte being canceled sucks. So this somebody who liked it. Let's see somebody who didn't. It took risks. Did it take risks? Did it? Did it take a huge? You took a risk trying to paint the Jedi as bad guys. I'll grant you that. Whether it was because of the reaction by bigots or not, for God's sakes, get out of here with that. Show me. Okay, well, if you watch any other pundit out there, Campia, Harloff, Angry Joe, I don't tend to go with the drunk 3PO or I sometimes watch Star Wars fan theory or whatever. He seems to be pretty level-headed, but I don't get into the bigotry. Oh, I don't like Acolyte because it's all about girls. Oh, you're trying to promote women and female power and SJW stuff. It's like, no, if I get inklings where channels are like that, I don't pay attention to them. In fact, I even block them. Mr. Sunday reviews or whatever from he's just on the cusp of being that, right? But like drunk or who's the other guy that's drunken? Yeah, I don't pay attention to those channels. Captain Midnight, I think, is one. That's that kind of, yeah. I don't pay attention to that kind of stuff. I just I don't have time for it, right? I don't have time for hate in my life, on that magnitude at least. Arglass says draw a line under the Acolyte. High hopes for Skeleton Crew. Yeah. Joseph says changes are now in motion in Disney Star Wars now for Disney Plus. Next is Skeleton Crew in December and Andor in March, and then Ahsoka 2024. I haven't heard any movement on Ahsoka season 2 yet. We know that they wanted to go forward for the season 2, but I haven't heard anything. After Ahsoka TV show, there should be a Mando movie and maybe another movie which is not official. I think there's a good strategy for the future. There was not much Star Wars content. Less is more. I think, well, after the Mandalorian movie, we are supposed to be getting that Rey movie, right? Um, I would put that on hiatus almost indefinitely, guys. It's one of those things where it's like it's like the Snow White movie that's coming out with Rachel Zegler. If you watch that trailer, which I didn't mind the trailer actually. Let me pull up the trailer. Uh, it's got over 1 million thumbs down. If you've got the ad on here that says 1 million, or that shows you how many people have thumbs down, over 1 million people have said, no, we do not want this. So anyway, this is another topic for a different story, but it echoes here, right? Rey movie, Star Wars is almost on that caliber of 1 million people saying, we don't want this, but you're going to go push ahead and give it to us anyway. Why? Why waste your money, Lucasfilm? Why waste your money, Star Wars? Don't do that. Listen to what the fan base is saying, because, if you want to make money, look what happened with Deadpool and Wolverine, right? And like Deadpool was not a given right off the bat. Like it took a long time for Ryan Reynolds to convince the studios to make Deadpool properly. They were like, no, we don't want this. People won't like that. So, and it was that small little clip of Deadpool fighting on the causeway there, on the expressways, that we're like, oh, maybe this can work. Yeah, it can work. And now we got the third one that made $1 billion. So with the right people, with the people who not only love it, okay, loving it is a good thing, yes, but you also have the creative talent behind it to create a narrative there that that's going to resonate with people, right? And if your mandates are not that, if your mandate is diversity first, inclusion, then you don't seem to understand the medium in which you're working. That's the way I would say. Joseph also says a lead writer quit, so they have to rewrite the script. Before the writer quit, the script leaked online, and it was solely a female cast. Yeah, and that doesn't make sense, because I thought that Finn was force sensitive, so you would think that Finn would have been trained, right? So there's things there. That didn't add up with the Rey movie. Anyway, I've been ranting about this for a long time. Acolyte, guys, bummer. We're not going to get that. But what we are finally getting for a while, is the Salem's Lot movie. Salem's Lot, first look images preview the long-awaited Stephen King adaptation coming to Max. So we're going to get it on Max, which means I'll get it on Crave here in Canada. And I'm curious about this project, because it's been in the can. It was supposed to come out like 2023, right? And then it was supposed to come out beginning February or something of 2024, and then it just got shelved indefinitely, right? So a batch of first images. At least they're releasing it. I hear that it's not all that good, but I'm glad that we're getting it. I want it to succeed. I do like vampires. And this is one that is that Euron Greyjoy? I forgot that he was in this movie. Well, that's cool. I like that shot. Ominous stair steps all the way up to that house. That's weird. That's weird. I don't know if I like that. I like that image though. Like the staircase there, just like the hillside's not well kept, not well groomed. I dig that. Okay, so that's one of the vampires there. the one with the weird two teeth. Right? Is that also him there? No, that could be. No, that's a girl there. Uh, Salem's Lot. First look images. What do you think about some of those images? I'm happy that that's happening. Let's take a look here. Who's in this? Bill Camp, Louis Pullman, Pilu Asbeck. Yeah, that's who it is. Alfred Woodward, Mackenzie Lee, Cade Woodward, Deborah Christopherson. Yes. Okay, so it's coming to Max. We'll finally get it. Yeah, remember they were going to release another edition of the book at the time they were going to release the movie last year, and they were going to tie it in together, but we never got the release of the movie. Good. Author Ben Mears returns to his childhood home of Jerusalem's Lot, Salem's Lot, in search of inspiration for his next book, only to discover his hometown is being preyed upon by a bloodthirsty vampire. And it's told in like these small chapters, right? At least that's the way the book is. The book's got like some of the chapters are only like half a page sometimes. It's like told in these segments. So I was curious to see how this is going to go. Yeah, cool. Joseph says the 2026 movie that they talked about in the investor call is said to be Rogue Squadron from Peggy, and not the Ray movie. Apparently, the UK and Ireland are getting the theatrical release of Salem's Lot on October 11th. Cool. That'd be cool. Does that say here? No, here it just says in Max. Oops, Pori, not Peggy. Patty, not Peggy. Oh yeah, Patty Jenkins. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I was really, really looking forward to that Rogue Squadron movie about the fighters, like Top Gun in Star Wars. I'm a big fan of that type of movie. Really looking forward to that. So Salem's Lot on Max in October, coming to Max in October. So I don't know if I'm going to sign up just for that, but if there's something else on Max, I'll find a copy. I mean, if I do, we'll do a full live watch. We haven't done a full live watch along for a movie in a while, and we should. Because Halle Berry did a watch along recently. She did a watch along for that Netflix movie, The Union, and apparently it paid off big time as the action comedy rises to the top of Netflix English film chart. Mark Wahlberg, they're both like spies or something, right? I just haven't gone around to watch it. Maybe we should watch that tomorrow or Friday. We can do a full live watch along for that, maybe. Let's see, probably around 1 p.m. tomorrow we could watch that. No, wait, I'm going out to. It would have to be like 12 o'clock or something. Because I'm going to go see that Blink Twice movie tomorrow. While millions on Netflix subscribe to The Union, ultimately a waste of talent and promising concept. Well, some people maybe didn't like it. But she did a watch party. That would have been cool to join. People show up when Halle Berry hosts a watch party. The beloved star threw a soiree to launch the new action comedy. So sort of maybe the way that I do it. Did she do that? That would be cool. Now that would be a cool way to promote your films. Right? If you got one of the stars to actually like be on like a big kind of like Zoom call or something like that, like the way that I am. But instead of me here, it would be Halle Berry, and then the way that I watch the movies. Right? That would be cool. That would be awesome. You would get people. You want to make money, right? You make these movies so you can make money. Put a stipulation in their contracts to say, you know what? We'll acquiesce some of the promotional press tours that you have to do, the junkets, for just to sit down for a couple, sit down and watch alongs of the full movie with fans on Twitch or something that they have to pay and subscribe to, right? And you know it'll get jacked, but you know the first initial run, you know you get people to sign up for $10-15 to join the stream. There's something there, guys. That's cool. All right, where are we at? 31 minutes. Robert Downey Jr. on the moment Kevin Feige offered him the role of Doctor Doom. So we're getting a little bit more insights into this. I'm not a. I didn't hate the idea. Some people did though. They did not want to see Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom for multiple reasons. For one, it's kind of like some people said, "Oh, that's tired, that's stale. Why are we going back to him?" Some other people didn't like it because they wanted to see another actor get a chance at it. I think it could work. Um, I think he said something along the lines that they wanted to do it right, probably a year ago, because Feige and I have kept in touch. We're pals. Favreau, Feige, and I have kept in touch. I'm close with the Russo brothers. We have uh, other business we're doing. So there's a little group of fellow travelers, and I had this instinct that I wanted to go to Bob Iger. And I had an idea outside the cinematic universe of how I could be of service, what's going on in the parks and all of their location based energy. Oh, yeah, apparently he's going to be appearing as Tony Stark for some kind of attraction, some kind of ride, right? Susan and I were sitting down at Foggy at one point. He just keeps occurring to me if you were to come back, and Susan says, wait, come back as what? Downey continued, and then we both realized over time that it was another thing that just disproves any doubt anyone could ever have about that guy. He's very sophisticated, creative thinker. How can we not go backwards? How can we not disappoint expectations? He brought up Victor Von Doom, and I looked into the character and I was like, wow. Later on, he goes, let's get Victor Von Doom right. Let's get that right. Okay, they want to get it right, but it seems like from the fan base out there, the reception of it has not been kind, I would say. Um, it's been lukewarm, right? Yeah. All right. We'll have to see. That's the quote of the Doctor Doom. Keeping with the MCU, uh, Shang-Chi. Um, what's going on with him? Why are we not getting a Shang-Chi 2? Simu Liu, who I'm actually going to see this weekend. He's going to be at the Toronto Fan Expo. So if I see him, I'll take a picture of him. I'll post it all on my Instagram. I will be posting my picture with Bryce Dallas Howard on the YouTube channel here. I paid for it. I might as well, right? Scrapped Avengers 5 plans reportedly made Shang-Chi the main character. I liked the first 2/3 of Shang-Chi before it became a CGI cartoon in the third act. Oy, I am still perplexed as to or how that got nominated for Best Visual Effects. Because it's not good. Some of those creature effects are not good, guys. Anyway, look at okay. Yeah. Anyway, I was going to talk about the costumes again, but whatever. In piece of published here in Inverse. Yeah, apparently that was their plan to have him be the. Well, why not? Shang-Chi will return, but when? Well, obviously, he'll turn up in Doom, right? And then Secret Wars. But I don't think we're going to get a Shang-Chi 2. I think the feeling in the MCU is right now. I think they've overplayed their hand a bit for some of these things, and that really started to hit home with things like Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, where it's like, okay, guys, we're really taking what is a small character here, and we're stretching it out way too thin. Okay, have him be some of the main character, but we don't need a side movie of him taking on another bad guy, which he defeats by the end of the movie, and we'll never see that bad guy ever again. Because that formula has definitely been played out, right? It's done. We don't need to go back to that. And it seems like they're course correcting from some of that stuff, which is good. I take this as a good sign more than a bad sign. We'll have to see how it goes. Because some things you can overplay, right? And you want to go out on the high notes, right? At least that's what Todd Phillips says. Don't get your hopes up for Joker 3, as Todd Phillips says. I think we've said what we've wanted to say. Yeah. Like I was really shocked that we got a Joker 2. But when a movie makes $1 billion, the executives all say, let's do another one. Do you have any ideas for the second one, Todd? And Todd Phillips says, okay, maybe we got something we could do. There's something. I don't expect Joker Folie à Deux to make $1 billion. Unless that story, like if you really lean into the Harley Joker story and you give us something there that is just on par with that car fight scene, Deadpool and Wolverine, which I felt like was the backbone of that movie, where there is heart in there. And you got good actors. You got Joaquin back. And I do like Lady Gaga. I wonder when we are going to actually start calling her by her real name. It's like Stephanie something, right? When are we going to start calling her that? Just the way who's trying to shed their name, uh, just the way like The Rock did, right? Eventually, we started calling him Dwayne Johnson and stuff, right? Like eventually, we should get to that. We shouldn't be called Lady Gaga, right? Anyway, uh, we said what we've wanted to say in this world, says Todd Phillips. It won't happen. Says Joker 3 won't happen. So it seems like they're going to close it off, which is good because not everything needs to be a franchise. Yeah, it made $1 billion or it made a lot of cheddar. Like this one's probably going to make, I think they should be happy if this one makes 700 million. And I would count your chickens if it's made, like if it struggles to get 500 million, which would be enough. Well, actually, they dumped like 200 million into the budget of this one, so 500 million would be break even for it. I think it's going to deliver, though, right? But I'm glad to see that kind of thinking from Todd Phillips, where it's just like, I'll give you more until we run it into the ground, right? No. If you got something good, you hit a home run. Your next time up at bat, you may not hit a home run next, right? We're not all Vladdy Guerrero Jr. or who's one of the bad guys from the Yankees, Aaron, right? No, yeah. So it was fun to play in the sort of sandbox for 2 movies, he says, but I think we said what we wanted to say in this world. So no plans for Joker 3, unless for some reason Joker Folie à Deux makes another $1 billion. And in which case, if Todd Phillips says that he doesn't want to do it, imagine if Joaquin Phoenix says that he doesn't want to do it either. They back up that dump truck of money and say, okay, please, please. And if Todd Phillips says ultimately no, they'll find somebody else to do it. It just depends on if Joaquin would come back. Because you can't recast the main character for the third movie and have that fly, right? We know that just it just doesn't hit the same way. I'm looking at you, RoboCop 3. That movie had more issues than just the recasting. That movie had some script issues. Oi! Does anybody remember that one? Hourglass says Simu Liu did confirm Shang-Chi 2, but he's kind of lower down on the pecking order. Reckon they'll ramp up production on his movie if Armor Wars and Kang have been shelved. Yeah, Armor Wars I don't think is happening, right? Which kind of sucks because I like Don Cheadle. But I think after what was that one with Sam Jackson? Secret Invasion. After that one tanked, I think that was the death nail for Armor Wars. We're not doing that again, right? And I liked up to the last episode of Secret Invasion. I really liked that. I was one of the few. Next, 28 years later, as wrap production, now work begins on the second chapter in the new trilogy. Oh, yeah, that's right. 28 years later was supposed to be like they were going to envision it as, well, a new trilogy. So, Danny Boyle directed, work on Nia DaCosta directed sequel has now begun. Wait, Nia DaCosta's directing the second one? What the heck's going on here? Where she directed the 28 years later. I like this property, The Rage of Iris. Yeah, so Danny Boyle directed 28 years later, and then Nia DaCosta is going to do the second one, right? See, now that's what I like to see, guys. A budget of $75 million, which is a little high for this franchise, I would think. Jodie Comer, Aaron Taylor Johnson, Ray Fiennes, good cast. 28 years later, has wrapped. Expected June 20th, 2025. Got some set photos here. The good thing about Danny Boyle, even when movies like First Sunshine and stuff that deal with like sci-fi and stuff, there's always still like a human element to it, a thematic kind of like story where it's you can relate to that story, right? That theme. Cool. 28 years later is wrapped. So if it's coming out next year, you got like a year for post-production here, June 20th. And then Nia DaCosta takes over the second one. I didn't hate the Candyman. She did the Candyman, right? But I thought she had a swing and a miss recently. The Marvels, right? The Marvels. I didn't hate the Marvels as much as some people did. I didn't. I liked it mostly because I liked. We had watched Miss Marvel before the Marvels, so she's going to be taking over the second movie. Fascinating. Curious. See, now this is how you do it. Now work has begun, which means script, pre-production, and stuff, right? Pre-visualization. This is the way that you do it, not the way that the Strangers did, where they filmed all three, and now you've got two movies coming out, or the same way that Kevin Costner just did with Horizon. They filmed two of them, right? And it's like the first movie bombed, so now you got the second movie in the can that you paid for that's not going to do all that well. That sucks, right? This is the way that you do it. You make the first one. While you start work now, you start the work now, right? Writing it and stuff, working on, concept work, conceptual art and stuff like that, right? Putting the pieces together so that if this movie lands and is a success, you go right into production and you get that thing out to us as soon as possible, right? Not like House of the Dragon seems to be doing. Like this TV show stuff where it takes years shouldn't be happening. We know that we're going to get at least 4 seasons of House of the Dragon. All 4 of those seasons should be like they should be writing season 3 and 4 now, not until the end of season 2 here. Now we start work on season 3. No, season 3 should have been started a long time ago, guys, so that we're shooting right now, season 3, and then so season 3 comes out next year, not 2 years from now. Anyway, and it's just a TV show. Anyway, I get a little bit frustrated about that stuff. All right, we're almost to their trailer reactions segment. We're almost there. Just to echo what I was saying about getting the shows all written and stuff. Rings of Power comes here at the end of the month, season 2, when we'll be doing full live watch-alongs for that. I'll sign up for Prime again, and I'm looking forward to it. I like that last trailer. The Rings of Power showrunners tease season 3 plans. Let us cook. Well, we know that Amazon paid a pretty penny. It was like $1 billion to make these series. You might as well get your money's worth, right? And as I said, with some of these series, these TV shows, sometimes it does take 1 or 2 seasons to find your footing. Look at Star Trek Picard. It took 3 seasons for them to finally find that magic that resonates with fans, and it sucks because it ended with season 3. Season 2 looks awesome. So, yeah, I fully admit that season 1 was a little bit rough. It was a rough ride at the beginning, right? But we endured, and we got paid off with some of the stuff. All right. They teased season 3, right? Season 1 was estimated to have a cost of $465 million. Oy, God's sakes. It did look beautiful, though. It did. It was well shot. Well shot. It was very cinematic. Arglass says a third Joker movie might be possible if they have a strong protagonist like Batman, kind of pushing their luck without a superhero nemesis. Well, I think that's eventually where you need to go. If you were ever to do a third one, you can't put off Batman anymore. Unfortunately, the way that they've done the Joker in this universe, Batman, like he was, 12 in the first Joker? He was still young, playing out on the big toy, right? He went down the sliding pole. Like he was still young. So they would have to time jump at least 10 years. Say that there was a very young 22-year-old Batman. It could be done, but Joaquin would be older, like way older. I don't know. But that's the way you would go. Yes, of course. Just the way that Deadpool and Wolverine worked out, right? Joker and Batman. Although if you were to really follow the mythos, like Batman would be over training with Roz, right? At a certain point. Unless he changed up the lore. All right, let's get into some trailer reactions. We're we're running a little bit more. Let me just key up my trailers here. Oh right, I forgot. I monetized this. Whatever. Whatever. All right, we got a trailer for Megalopolis. One that I'm looking forward to. Francis Ford Coppola. Futuristic dystopian future where things are really weird, right? Megalopolis. Trailer reaction. Let's check it out. I'm not hearing it. Did I switch over the audio wrong? Checking the audio. Trailer. Now, guys, know that this has been seen by some critics, and they've not have had the best reactions. Apparently, it's long at points. It's not an easily digestible film. So, like, you look at this imagery here. It's art house, right? It's got a very artistic flair to it, but it's got Francis Ford Coppola's artistic flair to it. Yeah, Aubrey Plaza's awesome. She is probably one of the only reasons why I think I'm going to watch Agatha. Okay, so did it say James McAvoy? Giancarlo Esposito. Ellie Emanuel. She's awesome. Oh, sorry. That's Shia LaBeouf. Okay, so I thought, look at this costume. Wow. Yeah, there's a chicness to their society, right? Because you see Shia LaBeouf's dressed normally here, but then we see him in his other gear, his Roman esque Empire gear. Jason Schwartzman's always awesome. He was the best part of Asteroid City, aside from Scarlett Johansson, I would say. Talia Shire, haven't seen her in a while, right? Came out to work with Francis Ford Coppola. That's cool. Lawrence Fishburne, Catherine Hunter. Yeah, there's like a circus theme going on here in the background. Like send in the gladiators. There's like yeah, that seems to be like married along in with this. That's Shia LaBeouf there. That's him in his Romanesque kind of higher society gear.
Time.
Cool imagery, man. So yeah, a big thing destroys the city, and then this architect comes in to try to rebuild it as uh, a dystopian future. So they were just showing us space here. So I'm thinking it's satellites, or not satellites, meteors, asteroids that destroy it. Yeah, okay, so it is asteroids, right? Yeah, the chic kind of higher bourgeoisie kind of aesthetic. I dig. I'm digging all this. Too bad John Voight got a little bit crazy there at the end of his career here, huh? Because I still watch Deliverance, and his performance in Deliverance is probably his best work. Uh, but now he's kind of gone off the. Well, let's not go there. Just look him up, and you'll know what I'm talking about. There's Shia LaBeouf looking normal again. So he must be a high up businessman of some kind. What is this? Claudio, Queens. Pulsher? Pulsher? Huh. Claudio. Giancarlo Esposito. I do like this. Megalopolis and Gladiator 2 would be an epic double bill at the theater. I think so too, man. Ridley Scott and Francis Ford Coppola. And I think it's smart using his name to try to get people out there, to try to get butts and seats. Uh, yeah, that line there I like. When he's yelling it pretty much about change. We're in need of a great debate about the future. Awesome line. Yeah, they're Shia LaBeouf, Natalie Emmanuel. Cool. There was hold on here. There that glass was broken and then it reformed in his hand. Oh, he's sitting sideways. That's why. Okay. So he drops it. Yeah, but there's some weird kind of supernatural power about time and gravity, or that he's got abilities to manipulate or something. Weird. Weird, man. So it's broke. Are we in a Tenant type of universe here? Curious stuff. What do you guys think about that Megalopolis trailer? Megalopolis gives us vibes. What a good Babylon movie should have been. Yeah, high society and overindulgence. Yeah, you definitely get themes of like the high society and overindulgence for sure. Okay, we got another trailer. The Piano Lesson. Looks like it's going to be on Netflix. Sam Jackson. I don't know what this movie's about. Did you guys get any impression as to what this movie's about? Yeah, it is John David Washington. Okay. Ray Fisher. That trailer did a terrible job of conveying what this movie's about. It looks like there's some strife. Uh, what is this in the 40s, 30s? About racism, some kind of segregation. I would have preferred to hear dialogue over the use of music for this trailer. Uh, yeah. Nick Fury. Well, this is not about music, apparently. No, it's not. I thought it was going to. I picked it out because I thought that it was going to be kind of like a feel good story of a piano teacher kind of teaching somebody the lessons of life through the piano kind of thing, but I guess it's not. I don't even know what this movie's about. Do we got a synopsis? No, we don't. All right, we're going to have to pull it from the IMDb, I guess. The piano lesson follows the lives of the Charles family as they deal with themes of family legacy and more, and deciding what to do with an heirloom, the family piano. It's got a good cast. It's just that trailer was the pits. Wait, I'll cut you a trailer that's much better than that. Just let me add it. Yeah. Okay. Frank Grillo, Josh Hutcherson is going to be in a movie called Long Gone from Lionsgate.
They got my baby. And they took her because she's found out what I've done.
What'd you do?
She has video implicating
Frank Grillo's
all
good
of
actor.
us. And there is no way he's letting our girl out of there alive.
There are consequences
Is that Andy
to your
Garcia?
actions. There's a video on his phone. It's encrypted. I need you to unlock it.
He's a bad
can't
guy.
make me.
In Venezuela, I'll do whatever I want, sweetheart.
I got a niece, the senator's kid. She's a journalist. She got too close to something down there, and she pissed off the wrong people. I got a guy who's gonna get us in.
Kid's a whiz with computers.
So
You know
it's
what it is,
a
that
rescue
thing?
operation
You're gonna be okay down there, yeah? I'm good.
with some special ops
Stay
guys.
close. These people are in the middle of a war.
I
Everyone
could be
you
on
see
board for this.
is a threat. Move, move!
With the narcos and the rebels, it's damn near impossible to set an extraction point.
Extraction.
Go get her.
That's exactly what Extraction was about, right?
Sorry about that one, G. Look at me! We don't have a lot of time.
Yeah, I'm digging this. We didn't get an Extraction movie this year, so maybe this will fill that void. Melissa Leo and Andy Garcia.
Plans to get out of this.
I don't think he really has a plan yet.
Ooh.
Had no idea. What got himself into down here?
Long Gone Heroes. September 20th. Not bad. See, now I understand what that movie's about by watching the trailer. I have no idea what the piano lesson was about when I watched that trailer. Like, why? Frank has really become a dope action star. Frank Grillo, Josh Hutcherson worked together alongside Thanos' real daughter. You had me at Grillo. Yeah, I'm on board with that. Looks tight. If they added in a Predator, I'd totally be behind the movie. Kidding. It kind of looks Frank as an OG action star. Yeah. And, yeah, Andy Garcia looks like the token drug lord, mercenary bad guy kind of thing. Fine. It's a simple setup scenario. As long as it's not like 3 hours or anything. Have it quick, tight. Like, yeah, those visual effects look good. Cool, man. All right. Is that all I have for trailers? I think that is it. Unless something else dropped. No. Okay. All right. Well, we are running a little bit over time today, but that's okay. We've got just a few more headlines here. Will a Rush Hour 3 sequel resurrect Brett Ratner? Well, Brett Ratner has got some problems because didn't he have some legal problems with taxes? And then there was some accusations about him, yeah, about misconduct. Right there. Could a Rush Hour 4 save him. He's old. And so's Chris Tucker. And if you ever seen the behind the scenes stuff of working with Chris Tucker, yeah, he gives you the goods, but it takes a long time to get to those goods. Because he really likes just to work it out on set. Like, he'll forget his lines a lot. He doesn't come prepared. Well, that may have changed too, so maybe, I don't know. But Brett Ratner, I don't see him coming back. And just leave it as it is. Rush Hour 3 was fine. But Rush Hour 2 is one of the few sequels where it's like, it was better than the first one. Like, Rush Hour 2 is awesome. Travis Kelce in talks to star in action comedy Loose Cannons for Lionsgate. For God's sakes, please no. Chad Stileski and Tim Dowling for the feature. He's not an actor, guys. What are you doing? It's kind of like what they try to do. They tried to do it with Gina Carano, which sort of worked out until she buried herself. And then who was that other actress that they tried? That they were going to give to the Roadhouse movie, Ronda Rousey, right? They tried to do that. It's like they're not actors. I don't get this. James, is it because you don't like Travis Kelce? Yes, I don't like Travis Kelce. But I thought you liked Taylor Swift. I do. But I'm also a Bills fan. I'm a Buffalo Bills fan. And if you, if she was going with Josh Allen instead of Travis Kelce, I'd be all on board. But no, I'm not. Because they were responsible for taking the Bills out of the playoffs. And if the Bills had beaten them, it would be the Bills that would be Super Bowl champions and not the Kansas City Chiefs. All right, enough of that. What really happened to Gretchen at the end of Cuckoo? This one was just spoilers. Maybe I'll just save this one for my own, because I liked Cuckoo when it came out. Cuckoo is a body horror film with a strange concept. Yeah, it is. And it's also got like supernatural elements to it. It looks like she's got things in her eyes there, but she's just got the glasses on, and those are a glare from something from behind her. If you've seen the scene. Yeah. What is the blood parasitism in Cuckoo? Yeah. We'll have to see. All right. Do you think that Joker 2 will do good? It's going to be a musical. I heard the action scenes were very good, though trailers have been low. I think Joker 2 will be okay. As I said, I think it's probably going to make 700 to 750. Chris Tucker will work was okay in Air, which Matt Damon, but he looked seasoned and retiring. Yeah. Yeah. We'll have to see. All right. I have to eat and get out of here, guys, because I got to go to work today. work. Sabrina Carpenter. Who? And Amelia Diamondberg. Rush Hour 3 or Rush Hour 4 is currently being pitched to various studios. Brett Ratner. Yeah, if it happens, guys, I don't want Brett Ratner to do it. Try somebody else. But I don't. I would see another Jackie and Chris Tucker film. Anya Taylor-Joy update. Yeah, she's going to be doing something, a series for Netflix again. What is this? For God's sakes, woman. Dune Messiah, Sacrifice with Chris Evans and Salma Hayek, The Gorge with Miles Teller. Yeah, The Gorge, I think, is the next one that's supposed to come out, right? Where two people fall in love on the other side of the gorge or something, and there's like monsters in between or something. It's really weird. How to Kill Your Family Netflix series. Oh, yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. That's the one I was talking about, How to Kill Your Family. Wicked, November 22nd, new poster. I am actually looking forward to this one. And Joseph, you were just talking about musicals. Whoops. I think, whoops. What the heck's going I'm trying to blow this poster up. I'm actually looking forward to it. And I'm looking forward to it because this girl can sing, man. She can sing. And so can Ariana, obviously, Ariana Grande. But I'm like the trailers have been playing in front of a lot of stuff this summer, and they hit. Travis Kelce has been cast in Happy Gilmore too. Okay, so I guess they are trying to make him an actor. Hey, Jaws 1, 2, and 3 are coming back to Netflix in September. Maybe we'll have to do some full Jaws breakdowns. Oh, that just says in the U.S. It's not going to be in Canada. Because if I did access to, I think Jaws is still on something, right? Anyway, but I want access to Jaws 2 and 3 so we can go through those with a little bit more scrutiny. Stand By Me. All right. Piano lessons. Greta Lee, Calvin Klein commercial. Jurassic World. All I Can Say is written by David Koepp, who wrote the original. It feels like it's in the ultimate hands to bring it back to what the original achieved. I want to see dinosaurs and I want to see Scarlett Johansson. All right. Yeah, I'm running overtime here. Paul Schrader praises Taylor Swift. It's not so much the music that entices me, it's the phenomenon, the Elvis knees of it all. You have to look at it in awe and how well she and her people have created this empire. Yeah. And her new music video, it's not really a music video. It's more like the behind the scenes stuff of the Eras tour um, for, which song did she do? Um, I Can Do It With a Broken Heart, right? See if I can pull that up. I might get a slap on the wrists for it, but whatever. There it is. It's just more of a but videos that they filmed while they were doing the Eras tour, which is cool. I'll watch it. But yeah, people like Taylor Swift, including myself. The rehearsing, going through it all, and the crew that she assembled, like the dancers, are all cool. That's one of the reasons why I liked watching the Eras tour movies, because those dancers, they give it their all, man, and she has fun interacting with them. Anyway, that's it for me today, guys. Thumbs up. See you next time tomorrow. Yeah, we'll be on tomorrow. We'll see. All right.